As diplomatic friction intensifies between India and Pakistan, the Indian Air Force has launched a massive aerial exercise. It's codenamed Aakraman or Attack over a large area in central sector. Exercise Aakraman or Aakraman War Games involves mainstream fighter aircraft led by the Rafale combat aircraft as well as the Russian Su30MKIs, the crown jewel and the backbone of Indian Air Force and the national defense muscle. While both of them are advanced multi-role fighter jets, the Rafale, having 2 squadrons operating out of Ambala in West Bengal, is capable of air-to-air superiority as well as air-to-ground attacks, as well as anti-ship combat, and even nuclear deterrence. The Su30MKI, on the other hand, is primarily a heavyweight air superiority fighter jet with strong air-to-air as well as air-to-surface strike capabilities. Defense sources revealed to news agency ANI, quote, "The cutting-edge technology fighter jets are carrying out complex missions involving ground attacks and electronic warfare drills," unquote. The Indian Air Force's assets have been moved from multiple air bases around the country, including from the eastern sector. The Indian Air Force has been practicing for complex ground attack missions with the top pilots from across the Indian Air Force taking part in these war games. According to reports, to maintain combat and operational readiness, the Indian Air Force has been conducting intensive training for ground attack missions in both the plains as well as mountainous terrain. Equipped with the recent induction of Meteor air-to-air missiles and long-range, high-speed, low-drag missiles like the Rampage and Rocks, the Indian Air Force is confident of its superiority to any adversary in the South Asian region. Remember, the Rampage is a long-range supersonic missile integrated with the Su30MKI fighter jets. These are capable of striking targets at approximately 250 kilometers away. The acquisition of cutting-edge weaponry like the Rocks ballistic missile, which was air-launched and successfully hit its target in trials conducted in Andaman and Nicobar last year, also boosts defense preparedness for any eventuality. These missiles offer a longer range than the Spice 2000 bombs used during the Balakot airstrike in 2019. The current drill echoes the Indian Air Force's huge role in carrying out the post-Pulwama precision airstrikes inside Pakistan in Balakot in 2019. Since then, the Indian Air Force has even acquired the Rafale air superiority fighter jet and revived its edge over regional adversaries, with Pakistan still relying on the American F-16s or the Chinese JF-17s and J-10s. The exercise is taking place at a time when tensions between India and Pakistan have gone up after the Pahalgam terror attack by terrorists of Pakistan-based outfit, the LET. As the trust deficit between both the countries hits a historic low and cross-border tensions rise, India is significantly hardening its security posture. In fact, Prime Minister Modi sent out a strong and clear warning on April 24th. In his words, directed at Pakistan directly, saying, quote, "India will identify, track and punish every terrorist and their backers, and our spirit will never be broken," unquote. On the same day, the Indian Navy flexed its muscles in the Arabian Sea with a precision strike against a sea-skimming target from the latest indigenous guided missile destroyer, INS Surat. The missile test conducted in the Arabian Sea is meant to send a clear message to Karachi in Pakistan. The indigenous medium-range surface-to-air missile, or the MR-SAM system, was deployed on board INS Surat warship. The indigenously built warship is among the largest and the most sophisticated destroyers in the world currently, equipped with state-of-the-art weapon sensor packages and advanced network-centric capabilities. INS Surat is armed with supersonic surface-to-surface BrahMos missiles as well as Barak 8 Indo-Israeli air defense system. The Indian Navy was quoted saying, "This achievement demonstrates the Indian Navy's growing prowess in the indigenous warship design, development and operations, and underscores the nation's commitment to self-reliance in defense manufacturing," unquote. The successful firing on the MR-SAM, boasting of an interception range of 70 kilometers, underscores the destroyer's ability to effectively counter modern aerial threats. including those that approach at very low altitudes to evade radar detection. Explaining the nature of Indian operation, a source in the defense establishment and security establishment told the print, quote, "Precision cooperative engagement against sea skimming targets involves more than one naval asset sharing real-time data to create an integrated, highly accurate tracking and engagement of an aerial target that could be flying about 10 to 20 meters above sea level," unquote. Only hours before the missile was test-fired, Pakistan issued a no-fly zone or a NOTAM in the Arabian Sea and warned of its own live-fire testing in the region. The timing of the test indicates not only readiness to respond to any threat by land, sea or air, but also the government's sense of nervousness over a potential Indian military action. Moreover, satellite imagery shows how immediately after the Pahalgam attack, unusual aerial activity was detected in Pakistani airspace. Pakistan put its air force on high alert as well as it activated its AWACS aircraft near the Indian border. All indications are that Pakistan expects an Indian military retaliation, just like the surgical strike or the Balakot airstrike. The question is, will India decide to take immediate action or wait for the right time to choke Pakistan's terror factories? But what do you believe? Should India be prepared for a war with Pakistan? Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.